General Thursday this week. We will have not only our general session agenda today, but we will also, at a few points throughout the agenda, we will have some briefing for next week's agenda as well, since we were unable to have session the other day. We will do Tuesday's agenda items today and then include some briefing items for next week that we would normally do today anyway. So it'll be a little bit different, but bear with us. We will begin this morning's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Brown.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
All right, we have a number of minutes that we need the approval of this morning. Let's see.
And I will move approval of the minutes of May 30, June 20 general session, and the minutes of May 18, May 25th, 2017 briefing.
Okay. Excellent. Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved.
Great. All right. Domestic relations.
Resolution number 463-17. Resolution authorizing a one-year contract with Nationwide Children's Hospital for mental health services in the amount of $22,500.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. This resolution is requesting a one-year contract with Nationwide Children's Hospital to provide mental health services for the youth in the Juvenile Detention Center. They've been providing this service since 2011. Pending any questions, we request the approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 463-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 463-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 464-17. Resolution authorizing a contract with Trinity Services Group Incorporated to provide, manage, and operate a food service program for the Franklin County Juvenile Detention Facility in the amount of $640,000.
This resolution is for a contract for 2 years with Trinity to provide food service to the Juvenile Detention Center with 3 options to extend. Bids were received by the purchasing department. 11 companies received the bid notification. However, only one proposal was received. While this is a new vendor, the new vendor did offer to all 4 employees employment opportunities, and 3 of them have accepted, including the food service manager. So we don't expect there to be, any issues with moving with the new vendor, which start on the 18th. So
Oh, good. That's great.
yes. So pending
That'll
any-
be helpful.
yes, very helpful. Pending any questions, we request the approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 464-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 464-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 465-17. Resolution authorizing the state fiscal year 2018 juvenile court funding application update for the base and variable allocation with the State of Ohio Department of Youth Services in the amount of $7,934,544.92.
This resolution is requesting the approval of the 2018 application for the base and variable application. The court utilizes these grant funds to fund 34 positions, and we also contract with 40 community-based organizations to provide direct services to the youth. Pending any questions, we request the approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 465-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 465-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 466-17. Resolution authorizing supplemental appropriations and staffing for the Truancy Intervention Prevention Program.
This resolution is requesting a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $365,488.64 cents to support the truancy intervention program, which will be funded by the 2018 grant from the Ohio Department of Youth Services. This is one of the new programs that we've added to the grant in 2018. Pending any questions, we request the approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 46617.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 466-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. The coroner.
Resolution number 467-17, resolution authorizing a second contract extension to Storer Mortuary Transport for body transportation services in the amount of $200,000.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Matthew
Morning,
Cottle,
Matt.
Director of Operations for the Franklin County Coroner's Office, on behalf of Dr. Anahi Ortiz, the Franklin County Coroner. We're respectfully requesting approval of a contract extension to provide body transportation services for the Franklin County Coroner's Office. The original contract with Storer Mortuary Transport was approved on June 2nd, 2015 under Resolution 0422-15. The contract was for a one-year period with the option to extend for 4 additional one-year periods. This is our second extension request. Storer Mortuary Services has provided excellent responsive services to the agency and to the community. We've also not sustained any fee-for-service increase over the life of this contract. So pending any questions, we would respectfully request your approval.
Move approval of 46717.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 467-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Matt. The engineer.
Resolution number 468-17, resolution authorizing County Engineer Cornell Robertson to submit applications and execute project agreements on behalf of Franklin County for Ohio Public Works Commission funding of road and bridge projects.
Good morning.
Good morning. Cornell Robertson, the new Franklin County engineer. With me today is
Carla Marable, Project Assistant.
Commissioners. This first resolution is the annual resolution to give permission to apply for Ohio Public Works Commission funding for various projects. We plan to submit for 3 at this point. One is at Alum Creek Drive and Roar Road. The next is at Roar and 317. And the third is at Smothers Road, Red Bank Road, and Shot Road.
Move approval of 46817.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 468-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 469-17, replacement or rehabilitation of the Hayden Run Road 5.32 over Hayden Run structure and establishing alternate widening of Roberts Road and Hayden Run Road, Norwich Township, Franklin County, Ohio, declared necessary.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution is for declaring necessary 2 projects in the northwest part of the county, both in Norwich Township. Both are pedestrian related and will complete gaps in shared use paths that will connect both City of Columbus and City of Hilliard. The first of which is under I-270 along the north side of Hayden Run Road, and the second is along the north side of Roberts Road between Alton and Darby Creek Road and Clovergroff Run.
Move approval of 46917.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 469-17 has been adopted.
All right, now we have a public hearing. If you could read it into the record.
Public hearing regarding the right-of-way hearing and plan approval for the improvement of Audrey Road and Sunbury Road, Franklin County, Ohio.
So this project is requested by Clinton Township. It will revamp Audrey Road, and the project is primarily funded by Clinton Township with some CDBG funding as well.
Okay.
All right, is there anyone here that would like to speak on to this public hearing? If there is no one, we'll close the public hearing, and if you could read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 470-17, right-of-way hearing and plan approval for the improvement of Audrey Road and Sunbury Road, Franklin County, Ohio.
So maybe I should just add a little bit of information about the Sunbury Road project.
Sure.
That will be a sidewalk improvement requested by Blendon Township along the west side of Sunbury, south of Yellowhammer. And this resolution will allow both projects to move forward in regards to right-of-way acquisition, and then following a combined bid opening for construction of both projects.
And the communities involved want these projects done? No organized opposition or opposition voiced at all?
We've heard none.
Great. I will move for passage of 47017.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 470-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 471-17, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to Griffin Pavement Stripping Incorporated for the FRA-CRPM FY 2018 epoxy bridge stripping project in the amount of $122,990.
Commissioners, this capital improvement project is for 14 bridges spread out among Franklin County. We will remove and replace the striping. We'll utilize epoxy material, which will work well on the concrete decks. We had a competitive bid on June 6th. We had 3 bidders, and Griffin had the lowest and best bid. Now, Griffin is a local company, and we've worked with them many times in the past. They do very good work.
Great. Move approval of 47117.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 471-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 472-17, resolution authorizing the county engineer to modify the cooperative agreement with the Central Ohio Transit Authority and the City of Columbus for the Cleveland Avenue Bus Rapid Transit Project.
Commissioners, this resolution, seeks approval of to modify the CODA Bus Rapid Transit agreement. That agreement is between the City of Columbus, the City, Franklin County, and with CODA. The City of Columbus awarded the construction contract for a cost that exceeded the engineer's estimate, and as a result of the original agreement, we are required to modify that original agreement if there is a cost change.
I'll move for approval of 47217.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 472-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 473-17, preliminary allocation of county motor vehicle license tax funds to the City of Worthington in the amount of $440,000.
Commissioners, the City of Worthington has requested to use a portion of their permissive tax funds to improve Huntley Road between State Route 161 and Schrock Road. The county engineer has reviewed the proposed use of funds, and it does meet the requirements, so we request approval.
I will move for approval of resolution 47317.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 473-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
The next two are the engineers.
Gotcha. That's why we're out of order here. Under the Board of Commissioners, we have 2 that are engineer related.
Resolution number 474-17, resolution authorizing the conveyance of real property located on Riggins Road for the purpose of transferring excess land from right-of-way and granting a utility easement.
Commissioners, we previously improved Riggins Road, which was a collaborative project with the City of Hilliard and a private developer. The project required the purchase of right-of-way to be used for construction. Following construction of that roadway, there was excess land that the City of Hilliard requested to have transferred to them for use of a future improvement project. The City of Hilliard also requested a utility easement to install new water lines as part of their utility improvement project.
I'll move approval of 47417.
Second. Just drove through there yesterday.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 474-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 475-17, resolution authorizing an agreement with engineer Cornell Robertson to serve as Franklin County drainage engineer.
Good morning, Commissioner. Zach Choleric with the Office of Management and Budget. Mix it up a little. Back in 2003, the Board of Commissioners had created the Franklin County Stormwater Sewer District pursuant to Chapter 6117 of the revised code. As part of the requirements, an agreement was entered into between the board and the engineer at the time, Dean Ringel, for the engineer to serve as drainage engineer. This resolution would authorize an updated agreement with Cornell Robertson as the new engineer. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
But we don't have to have it. Did you hear our discussion and briefing?
That's a little frightening.
We could appoint anybody as drainage engineer, though I'm not sure who would want that title.
It's a fun job.
I'm happy to move for approval of 47517.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 475-17 has been adopted.
Better you
We
than
were
me.
considering appointing somebody else, but, you know,
Yeah.
we thought it best.
Well, if you
Alright.
don't mind, could I say thank you? I sincerely appreciate this opportunity to serve as your drainage engineer. I feel that Dean Ringel prepared me well, and I feel that the time is right for me to take on both county engineer and drainage engineer.
Good.
I'm committed to work hard to carry on Dean's tradition of excellence, and I look forward to working with you in my new capacities.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, the sheriff.
Resolution number 476-17, resolution authorizing a second contract extension to Com Products Incorporated, doing business as BNC Communications for removal, installation, maintenance, and repair of vehicle safety equipment in the amount of $70,000.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Albert Smith, Budget Manager for the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. This resolution will authorize a one-year contract extension with Com Products with them so they can continue maintenance of our mobile radios, as well as the removal and installation of safety equipment on our law enforcement vehicles. Pending any questions, I request passage of this resolution.
I'll move for passage of 47617.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 476-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 477-17, resolution authorizing the settlement of legal claims brought in the United States District Court, Southern District of Ohio, being case number 216CV00900 and BWC claim number 14-818615, FCC CP case number 17CV2817 in the amount of $59,000.
Our Director of HR was supposed to be with us this morning, however, she could not attend, had a hearing, so I don't have enough information on that to give any more information on the actual lawsuit itself. So,
Commissioners, I can. This case is the result of a employee of the Sheriff's Office that was fired for sick leave abuse and absenteeism. There was a subsequent federal court action instituted by the former employee, which alleged disability discrimination and violations of the Family Medical Leave Act. The former employee also claims a knee injury and had a related claim with the Bureau of Workers' Compensation. As both risk analysis in the Sheriff's Office evaluated the claims, they decided that the claims should be evaluated together, both the federal court and BWC claims. In the federal lawsuit, the plaintiff asked for or had a demand of $120,000. In the BWC claim, the present claim was $75,000. After negotiations, we were able to consolidate both claims, and an agreed settlement amount of $59,000 was reached. Of that, $14,000 is for the federal court action, and the remainder, the $45,000, is related to the BWC claims.
I will move for passage of 47717, and thank you, Harold.
And Harold, the prosecutor recommends the,
Sorry, the prosecutor's office, both the employment section as well as the BWC section recommend these settlements.
okay.
Sorry.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 477-17 has been adopted.
All right. And then do you have a briefing item?
yes, sir.
Okay.
So the resolution for briefing, this resolution is a one-year renewal with Reliasis Learning, which allows us to supplement training throughout the office for subjects such as minimum jail standards and gang associations, among many other corrections and law enforcement related courses. Pending any questions, we request this resolution be moved to the next general session.
And have they done training before with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Good.
Thank you, Commissioners.
The Law Library, thank you.
Resolution number 478-17, resolution authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations for the addition of a full-time library assistant position.
Good morning, Commissioners. Angela Baldry, Director of the Law Library. This resolution is requesting an increase in our non-general fund appropriation to accommodate a new full-time position due to some restructuring and increased usage. OMB has confirmed that we have enough money in the fund to support this.
Great. Move approval of 478-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 478-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Developmental disabilities.
Resolution number 479-17, resolution declaring it necessary to levy a renewal tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation and requesting the auditor to certify the total current tax evaluation of the county and the dollar amount of revenue generated by the tax levy.
Good morning again, Commissioner. Jesse Hempel, Chair of the Human Services Levy Committee, was not able to make today's session, so I'm representing the committee as a member as well. So, after a thorough analysis of the Board of Developmental Disabilities levy request, it is the recommendation of the Human Services Levy Review Committee that the Commissioners place a renewal levy of 3.5 mils for a period of 10 years for collection beginning in calendar year 19 on the November 7th, 2017 ballot for the purpose of serving children and adults who have developmental disabilities. The resolution before you today is the first step of the process, requesting a certification of estimated resources from the county auditor. Once we receive that certification, we'll be back before the board for the ballot language. And here today is Jed Morrison, Superintendent of the Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Thank you very, very much. Appreciate your consideration and your consistent support. Our board, I think, has been very disciplined in working long-term with your staff, and we appreciate the direction of your staff, to be sure that this is a renewal representing no new taxes, and it would be for a 10-year period of time. We certainly appreciate it. Again, the work of the committee and the staff on an ongoing basis has been much appreciated.
Well, the work that you do is really important for our residents that need it. And I know that you handle things so fiscally responsible. And I'm happy to approve this. We looked at the report, and I know that it's a good, solid plan. I'll move for passage of 479-17.
I'll second that. Jed, you know, as I mentioned to you coming in, you guys do great work. I was down at the Heinzerling Foundation the other day, Monday. We got a tour of the facility and met with the folks down there, and you guys have a sterling reputation. They mentioned they enjoy working with you guys and your staff. And they think
they do very good work.
They do.
And so we're pleased to be able to support this, and so thanks for all the good work that you guys do.
Thank you. Appreciate your support.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes,
Resolution number 479-17 has been adopted.
thanks. Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 480-17, resolution approving a subaward agreement with Educational Service Center of Central Ohio to provide summer enrichment programming in the amount of $450,000.
Yeah.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Hi, Director.
Although we've seen Joy Bivens, Director of Franklin County Job and Family Services, although we've seen homelessness has dropped among the state, we've seen an increase here in Franklin County, especially among families. The critical lack of affordable housing in Central Ohio has driven many families to find refuge in housing in extended stays and motels, which have become the new shelters and long-term housing for most families. Many families are forced to stay in cramped and sometimes there could be crime in some of these facilities for weeks, months, and even years. The decisions based on the families to decide to reside in these extended stays are not decisions from families who are parents who are bad parents. This is a survival mechanism for them. This resolution will fund a pilot program to connect youth experiencing housing instability with summer enrichment program offered in safe, productive, and educational environments. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval for this resolution.
Joy, I want to thank you for developing this program. I think that, we've not focused on this group in these extended stays before, and I think that this is a group of children and families that really need intensive support that we can provide, and I'll move for approval of 48017. This is really important.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 480-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks. Sanitary engineer.
Resolution number 481-17. Resolution approving a contract with Peterson Construction Company for the Darbydale Wastewater Treatment Plant Enhancement Project in the amount of $7,567,000.
Good morning, Commissioner Stephen Renner with the Sanitary Engineering Department. As you know, we own and operate through you the Darbydale Wastewater Treatment Center. The Darbydale treats wastewater from Darbydale, Timberlake, and Harrisburg. This project includes upgrades to the treatment plant to increase the capacity for the tributary area connections, as well as nutrient removal and some ancillary work with our 4 major pump stations. The bids were reviewed for the 3 contracts, and Peterson was considered the lowest and the best. And with your approval, I ask respectfully for passage of this contract.
Important work also.
Right.
I'll move approval of 48117.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 481-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 482-17. Resolution authorizing a second modification to the contract with Arcadis U.S. Incorporated for additional bid, construction, and post-construction services for the Darbydale Wastewater Treatment Plant, an increase of $685,600 for a total amount of $1,414,600.
Yes, Commissioners, with this tags along with the construction project. We need Arcadis to be there for our construction administration and inspection services.
Move approval of 48217.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 482-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 483-17. Resolution authorizing a substitution agreement and a private sewer agreement with Oak Hills Mobile Home Park, LLC.
This is the Oak Hills Mobile Home Park. It will be connecting into the Darbydale system. The substitution agreement outlines the standards of what we would like to see, what we would actually accept for the pump station to be. The private sewer agreement is actually granting the permission to connect into our system. Once we've been able to review the full plans and sets and specifications, we would then ask the county administrator, with your approval, to sign the private sewer agreement.
Move approval of 48317.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 483-17 has been adopted.
Commissioners, thank you.
Thanks, Stephen. Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 484-17. Resolution authorizing an amendment to grant agreement 526-16 with Perscalis to extend the term of the agreement 1 year from December 31st, 2016 to December 31st, 2017.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Salvador, Workforce Navigator, Franklin County Economic Development and Planning. This resolution will modify and extend last year's Concept G agreement with Perscalis 1 year. The way that this original contract was structured, it was a 1 year agreement from January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016, with 2 additional option years, which would be executed by the county administrator upon Perscalis meeting its performance requirement, which is 50 jobs per year. In calendar year 2016, Perscalis created 17 jobs that we would determine to be eligible. They created much more than 17, but because our verification process was not really in place in the way it needed to be, and because of certain staff changes at Perscalis and a couple other issues we ran into, we could not verify that the majority of Perscalis' placements were eligible under our grant. So what this agreement would do is 2 things. It would extend the original deadline from December 31st, 2016 to December 31st, 2017, while at the same time activating the option year 1 in contract form. So instead of the county administrator signing off on the option year, this contract would modify the job placement total required from 50 to 100, basically activating the option year without having to do that, and would require Perscalis to create 100 total jobs by the end of this year. They are on track to do that. I have an invoice in my office for another 19 jobs to process, and I've been working very closely with their staff. They've been on board about a year now, the new staff after their change, and we expect that they will get to 100 placements verified by the end of this year. The contract preserves that old option year 2 and gives the county administrator the ability in 2018 to ask for 50 more jobs, and that's all part of this contract. So, Penny, any questions? We ask for your approval.
Move approval of 484-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 484-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Resolution number 485-17, resolution authorizing an agreement with Greater Columbus Sister Cities International for services that foster economic opportunity and cultural partnerships between Franklin County and international communities in the amount of $75,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Josh Roth, Senior Program Coordinator with Franklin County Economic Development and Planning. This resolution is the final of our 5 annual economic development partner contracts, and this one is with Greater Columbus Sister Cities International. The contract is in the amount of $75,000, and it will be used. The funds will be used to achieve the Sister Cities mission of fostering international economic, educational, and cultural exchange. So, pending any questions, we'd ask for your approval.
I will move approval of 485-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 485-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
Resolution number 486-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Carl Miller at 872 Erickson Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43213.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jamie Edwards, Business Service Officer with Franklin County Economic Development and Planning. Carl Miller received $15,000 in December of 2013. The obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 486-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 486-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 487-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Dorothy Walker at 2180 Stelzer Road, Columbus, Ohio, 43219.
Dorothy Walker received $1,660 in June in 2006. The obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 487-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 487-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 488-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Todd Castle at 3556 Caracal Drive, Westerville, Ohio, 43081.
Todd Castle received $4,992 in April of 2010. The obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 488-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 488-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 489-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Christina Helmer at 3481 Cleveland Avenue, Grove City, Ohio, 43123.
Christina Helmer received $15,000 in February of 1994. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 489-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 489-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 490-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Eugene Hart at 1052 Harrisburg Pike, Columbus, Ohio, 43223.
Eugene Hart received $15,000 in May of 1997. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 490-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 490-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 491-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Herbert and Beverly Truax at 6624 Maple Park Way, Galloway, Ohio, 43119.
Herbert and Beverly Truax received $15,000 in April of 2008. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 491-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded in voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 491-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 492-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Irene Matthews at 7806 Lydia Drive, Lewis Center, Ohio, 43035.
Irene Matthews received $1,584 in April of 1984. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 492-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 492-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 493-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Larry and Mary McLaughlin at 1977 High Street, Galloway, Ohio, 43119.
Larry and Mary McLaughlin received $13,950 in February of 1991. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 493-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 493-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 494-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Larry and Mary McLaughlin at 1825 Alton Darby Road, Galloway, Ohio, 43119.
Larry and Mary McLaughlin received $1,150 in April of 2007. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 494-17.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 494-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 495-17, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Patricia Grogan at 1982 East Cook Road, 43224.
Patricia Grogan received $15,000 in June of 2011. All obligations of the housing program have been fulfilled, and the mortgage should be discharged. The taxes are paid in current. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Move approval of 495-17.
Thank you.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 495-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. That is always great to have all of those mortgages discharged. That was 10
Yeah.
of them today. So,
From 1984.
yeah, one was from 1984. That was great.
Wow.
All right. Homeland Security and Justice Programs.
Resolution number 496-17, resolution authorizing a contract with Elliott Chodoff for the purchase of terrorism prevention training under the Law Enforcement State Homeland Security Grant Program in the amount of $3,050.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Greg Plants with Homeland Security and Justice Programs.
Morning, Greg.
Good morning.
New glasses, huh?
I only have like 20 pairs of readers. So try to match my outfits.
It's good you don't have a pair of your wife's on. So I occasionally.
You never know.
Occasionally do that.
This resolution would approve a contract with Elliott Chodoff to provide a one-day terrorism and safety training for Homeland Security, Ohio Region 4 only, will be by invitation only and held at the Columbus Police Academy. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
Move approval of 496-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 496-17 has been adopted.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Community Partnerships.
Resolution number 497-17, resolution authorizing a funding agreement with the Ohio Department of Health to support a tuberculosis detection and treatment program and administer medically approved courses of treatment in the management of individuals diagnosed with tuberculosis in the amount of $183,744.
Good morning, Commissioners. Again, Zach Choleric with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution authorizes the tuberculosis funding agreement with the Ohio Department of Health during calendar year 2017. These funds are provided through the Centers for Disease Control through the Ohio Department of Health and reimburse the county for a portion of the costs for the tuberculosis care. Under the current contract, the Department of Health will provide $5,742 per tuberculosis case that meets the treatment standards as outlined by the Centers for Disease Control and the Ohio Department of Health. These services are provided by the Columbus Public Health Department's Ben Franklin TB Clinic, which has been designated as the county's tuberculosis control unit pursuant to section 339.72 of the revised code. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 497-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 497-17 has been adopted.
All right. Mr. Young with the ants in your pants back there. Human Resources.
I thought that was Carl that got up. I don't know.
He was trying to jump the gun back there a minute ago.
Yeah, I was.
Resolution number 498-17, resolution authorizing a contract for consulting services for the Franklin County Board of Commissioners in the amount of $20,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Young, representing Human Resources. The resolution authorizes the board to hire an outside contractor, Clemens Nelson, for training and consulting services. We've used them for performance appraisal training, job audits. This contract is for a period of 2 years with a 1-year renewal option. Yearly expenses will not exceed $10,000 per year. Pending any questions, I request approval of the resolution.
Move approval of 498-17.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 498-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 499-17, resolution approving personnel actions.
Well, we have one personnel action, a new hire in the Board of Commissioners. Pending any questions, request approval.
I'll move for approval of 499-17.
Yeah. Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 499-17 has been adopted.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. He's also got briefing items.
Briefing items.
And he is joined by.
Good morning, Commissioners. Adam Lookout on behalf of HR Benefits and Risk Management. This resolution will approve the purchase of cybersecurity insurance for Franklin County for up to $10 million in coverage. This will align the county with best practices and will cover all county agencies, boards, and courts under the Commissioner's budgetary authority. This coverage will be based upon a competitive selection process by Willis Towers Watson on behalf of Franklin County. And I'll be available to answer any questions you may have before general session.
Is this a first for us to do?
Correct. It is a first.
And are there many bidders that we got?
We got a fair amount, yes. We got a fair amount of bidders.
I think this is good. I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah, it shows your commitment to protecting the assets and data of the public.
This is great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Getting it done.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
And then we have personnel actions, second resolution. Job and Family Services, we have a suspension, and Human Resources, we have a suspension. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Now to purchasing.
Resolution number 500-17, resolution approving the updated purchasing policy regarding the requirements for all purchases made under the authority of the Board of Commissioners.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Kusberg, representing the Purchasing Department. Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of the updated purchasing policy. This updated policy has been reviewed by OMB, the Auditor's Office, the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and the County Administration. There have been some significant changes to the policy that will greatly enhance the county's ability to better support the Commissioner's effort in purchasing from small emerging business enterprise companies, to encourage them to be inclusive when choosing vendors to solicit for their 3 quotes, as well as to provide better guidance to the agencies in the quote and formal bid process. To that end, the changes are, there was a creation of the definition of an agency for the purposes of this policy, raising the dollar threshold limit to obtain 3 quotes to $25,000. Information has been included concerning the use of state term schedules, GSA contracts, and cooperative contracts, as well as an updated quote sheet requesting small emerging business enterprise information on vendors providing quotes. Greater information has been provided concerning the use of cooperative contracts and the Ohio Revised Code authority by which we can use them. Information has been added to the formal bid section to require agencies that don't utilize the purchasing department on the reporting requirements for providing information to the small emerging business coordinator on bidders classified as small emerging business enterprises, so quarterly reporting to the Board of Commissioners can be included in those efforts as well. Expanded the guidance on the use of the request for qualifications. A request for quotation form has been updated to request information from minority vendors submitting a quote. There were also a number of other changes which were administrative nature, such as updating the Board of Commissioners Reaffirmation Resolution 432-17 for Sustainable Principles and Programs, updating and adding job descriptions for purchasing personnel, updating object codes. Direct vouchers under the object codes were moved to an exhibit, and we added a subparagraph F, which added allowing for updates to the object codes in the newly created exhibit to be made without we allowed for updates to that newly created exhibit that we could make changes to them without any approval of the board. However, there is a requirement that on an annual basis, the policy would be reviewed, and if changes had been made, then the county administrator would issue a memo saying changes have been made. So, in essence, we make them, but then the county administrator will annotate and note that the changes have been made. Pending any questions, I request your approval of the updated policy.
I really appreciate all the work that went into putting this policy together. I know it took a lot of time and work, and for the whole team that worked on this, thank you. And I know that it's a new day in purchasing and making us more inclusive, so thank you for that. I will move approval of 517.
This is great work. Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 500-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 501-17, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,976,864.91.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 131 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as available fund by the county auditor. Pending any questions, we recommend their approval.
Move approval of 50117.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 501-17 has been adopted.
And Commissioner, I have one item for, Commissioner, I would like to mention, there will be training conducted on the new policy to all of the agencies.
Right.
We'll have several training sessions to get them up to speed on what the new requirements are, so
Good.
we will do that. Commissioners, I have ADPOs for a little over $1.1 million. There are 7 that are over $50,000. EMA has one for $50,000. It's a multiple vendor for distribution of hazardous material to first responder departments. It's a pass-through. Engineer has one for a little over $306,000 for George Eigel and Sons. This is additional PO for the Riggins Road exit from Wilcox and extension west to Avery Road project. Homeland Security has one for a little over $71,000 for Thermo Fisher Scientific. This is support purchase of radiation monitors for Region 4. Human Resources has the one Aetna. This is our dental and DMO fees for the first quarter, and also includes the Prairie and Grandview Aetna fees as part of the co-op. Public Facility has 2. One is to Bruner Corp. This is to remove and replace 9 windows at Memorial Hall. And they have one to NMRD Limited. This is the lease payments for the Board of Election Coles at 1700 Morse Road. And the Treasurer has one for $1,000 to Mapsys. This is for Phase 5 for enhancements to their existing software. And that's all I have, Commissioners.
Great.
Oh, and for the SEB, there are 9 SEBs on this one. For the ADPOs, there's 11.5% use of the PO volume, and there is with a dollar value of $38,486, there's a 3.4% volume of the dollars for this week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl. All right, the Board of Commissioners. We have a public hearing. You want to read the public hearing into the record?
Public hearing for the fiscal year 2018 tax budget for Franklin County.
All right, Zach, take it away. The exciting 2018 tax budget.
Pursuant to Section 5705.28 of the revised code, the tax budget for the next succeeding fiscal year, which for Franklin County is calendar year 2018, must be approved by July 15th. The tax budget is a financial plan for the operations of the next fiscal year. It identifies how much money is expected from local, state, and federal sources, the anticipated carryover fund balances, and how much is needed to carry out governmental functions in the next fiscal year. The budget is submitted to the County Budget Commission and is required for the receipt of allocations from the local government fund and of the various property tax levies in the upcoming year.
Well, fantastic. We are now meeting our obligation for our legislative obligation.
That is correct.
Excellent. All right.
And this is the public hearing, huh?
Yep. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on the tax budget for 2018?
Which we did brief on Thursday.
Shocking. All right. Well, then we'll close the public hearing. If you'd like to read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 502-17, resolution authorizing the adoption of the fiscal year 2018 tax budget for Franklin County.
I will move approval of Resolution 50217, the tax budget.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 502-17 has been adopted.
Excellent.
Resolution number 503-17, resolution authorizing a 7th modification of the lease purchase agreement with the Franklin County Agricultural Society, the Fair Board.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris
Very
Long.
timely.
It is very timely as we're
Yeah.
coming up on the fair this weekend. Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. This is the 7th modification to the lease purchase agreement between the county and the Fair Board. Back in 1986, funding was extended from the county to the Fair Board to make various improvements. And in essence, this is an extension of the term with the key components remaining the same. Pending any questions, recommend your approval.
Move approval of 50317.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 503-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 504-17, resolution appointing Doreen Butcher and Corey Roscoe to the Community Advisory Committee for the Franklin County Department of Animal Care and Control.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator. These two appointments, should you approve, will bring to 7 the number for our advisory committee for the Department of Animal Care and Control. As you know, by resolution established at the end of 2016, there are to be 9. So my hope is to bring to you for your final consideration a couple more candidates here in the next few weeks. And then we will have fully populated this new committee, and we'll look forward to standing them up and getting their work. So pending any questions, would recommend approval of these two appointments.
Move approval of 50417.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 504-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 505-17, resolution appointing Kathy Kress to the Columbus and Franklin County Local Food Board.
Commissioners, this is the 6th and final appointment to the Food Board. Dr. Kress is the Dean of the College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences at The Ohio State University. Pending any questions, would recommend approval.
Sounds like a great appointment. I'll move for approval of 50517.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 505-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks. All of those are actually great appointments. So happy about that.
Yeah.
And then we have one final briefing item.
We do. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator.
Keena Smith, Deputy Administrator.
So this has been a joint effort. The last resolution is the inclusion plan for the Corrections Center. And so, as you know, the board has already approved the memorandum of understanding that had very specific language in that MOU. And this continues to go further on the a commitment to having diversity and inclusion on this large project. I defer to Keena if you had anything further on the specifics, but we're excited about this next step.
Thank you, Chris. The Construction Commissioners, the Construction Inclusion Plan summarizes our strategies for economic inclusion for our diverse residents and the labor and contracting in the building of the new Corrections Center. It highlights our plans for extensive outreach, acquiring and supporting labor participation, and pipeline development, as well as small and emerging business utilization. The plan also describes how we will work with our partners, our owner's rep, Pizzuti Solutions, our construction management firm, the joint venture of Gilbane Smoot, and the construction trades, who Chris just mentioned have already signed a workforce MOU. We're going to work with all of our partners to track, monitor, and report our progress in these areas for the duration of the project through the formal creation of a construction inclusion team. So all of that is included in the construction inclusion plan, and we look forward to having you review that and answer any questions that you might have.
Great.
For like next Tuesday.
Thanks for your work on this.
Excellent. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Any journalizations, Antoine?
Yes, we have 2.
All right.
From Economic Development and Planning. Case number ANX-10-17, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX-10-17, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on June 27, 2017. The petition is requesting to annex 7.29 acres from Madison Township to the City of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on August 1st, 2017. Site is George Page Jr. Road, PID number 180-005-400. The second one is from EDP as well, case number ANX 11-17, expedited Type 2 annexation, petition ANX-11-17 was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on July 5th, 2017. The petition is requesting to annex 1.4 acres from Jefferson Township to the city of Gahanna. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on August 8th, 2017. Site is 4297 Johnstown Road, PID number 170-001499.
All right, thank you. Thanks for attending. Good to see everybody. We'll be back on Tuesday. Take care. So that's